Brandon, last week you were discussing Latavius Murray and his matchup against the Carolina Panthers potentially being deceptively good with Luke Kuechly out, and Murray pulled through. He had a decent game. He had a touchdown in that one, and there were some other signs there that make me want to go back to Latavius Murray this week, specifically his red zone usage. That's the subject of my second trend. But first, we'll start off with the other thing that caught my eye in that game against the Panthers. That was Latavius Murray's snap rate. I've been hesitant to buy in, and we discussed this last week too, but I haven't really used Murray a lot this year because of a low snap rate. But last week, he got up to 66.2%, which is his highest this season. I don't think he'd been above 60 since he went down with an injury. He was above 60 in week 1, but after that, not really in that same discussion. So this was a really good week from a usage perspective. So for me, that puts him in play against a defense that ranks 31st against the rush from week 7 on. That's the Buffalo Bills. Thank you for setting up all that data, too, to figure out how teams have fared since week 7, because it really shows that the Bills are a defense on the decline after getting off to a solid start this year. If we're looking at Murray's red zone usage this year, especially recently, he had 7 red zone attempts last week alone in that game against the Panthers, which is a really big number. You don't see that too often, considering that the league leaders this year are in the 40s for total red zone attempts. So 7 in 1 week is really good. But that was actually Murray's 3rd time in the past 5 games with at least 5 red zone carries. He has 39.5% of all red zone opportunities the past 3 weeks for the Raiders, and 37.7% over the past 5 weeks. So he's getting opportunities in close, and again, he's facing a rush defense declining. Chris Ivory had 9 carries for 44 yards last week and a touchdown against the Bills, and he is the least efficient running back in the league this year based on rushing net expected points per carry. And Latavius Murray's 4th behind Jay Ajayi, Ezekiel Elliott, and LaShawn McCoy. So he's got efficiency. He's got a higher snap rate now. Good matchup, and also that red zone usage. Are you cool going back to Latavius Murray this week?